I mean, you did kind of ask.
He didn't kind of ask. He literally asked.
All right. Does say we're live.
Fantastic.
I do have audio. Fantastic.
I'm so excited.
Then let us get going. Let me also turn that light on. Oh God, why is it so bright?
Because light is a good thing.
All right.
Is that after we lost power?
It's exactly what happened. There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get started with Session 1 of the Fourth Age. You all have had... there has been no previously. There's nothing.
I was about to say, what?
We start as our parties. Braining us. As our groups of adventurers have been making their way north through the Falston Free Country, through the Lorellan Forest, and making for the pass between the sea and the Yokokan Mountains. There, along their travels, some of them had already met and had chance greetings with each other. And in almost every case, well, in fact, in every case, determined to continue traveling towards their next destinations together. Some because they were heading to the same place, others because, well, one had a destination and another didn't. It didn't matter terribly much, except that we all were heading the same way. Most of us left those forests through the shaded riverways between the Yokokan Mountains and the sea, and eventually started heading into the partially forested, partially swampy lands of southern Adelmark. It is there that we start dialing in to the town or grouping of towns known as Hafenstadt. It was originally a port city that had to be rebuilt after the Dragon Wars and subsequent Cataclysm. It was deeply important because it was one of only 2 ports that fed into Edelburg, a city without a port itself. And so, simply the walls, keep, castle, and fortifications surrounding the bay were rebuilt. But where there is commerce, where there is trade, there too shall be civilization. Towns would quickly spring up as people who lived in the cities further out into the swamplands moved away from those. Many of them fleeing the persecution and outright slaughtering that was going on during the Dragon Wars, as Sabless had taken up her residence in those swamps. And eventually Hafenstadt and Edelburg became, Edelburg at the very least became a version of itself that had existed before its destruction, and Hafenstadt started creating some level of population. Enough that some of these people, some of these townsfolk, decided to move out of the city fortifications and to start making their homes in the fields surrounding it. Fields and forests, I should say. And so, surrounding Hafenstadt is a couple of large cities, well, large towns, we'll say, and a couple of smaller villages. It is in one of these smaller towns that we will begin. It is, and I had written this down somewhere, and I don't think I updated that on my calendar. So, I have to update it on my calendar really quick. It is currently the year 407 of the Fourth Age. Sometimes referred to as of different years, and so the years themselves don't tend to make much of a difference. And it is currently, as well, the 16th day of the month of change. With only a short distance to go between Hafenstadt and Heidelberg, many people have gone into the taverns, to the inns, to rest, relax, and get a little pre-Yali's or Edelfest relaxation. In one such town where people were making such things, we have adventurers moving in, people coming from all different directions, and the 6 curious few. So let us move to one such town known as Mackel. Mackel is separated between 2 districts of Farglen and Norrend. Probably the names are colloquialisms. Farglen previously being named after Faro's Glen, and Norrend just being the North End, or North Glend. Hard to say, but nowadays, that's what we've got. Farglen is where most of the people who travel will spend their time. There are a handful of taverns, and a good handful of bars as well. Down on the bottom end, the corner, the southern road, people ride in. There's a building that has a sign out front of a caricature of a baron, a fat man with puffy coats and leggings, singing as though at opera. The Singing Baron Tavern. Right off the thoroughfare, with a nice outdoor seating space and plenty of tables inside. The outdoor seats are sparingly taken. The patrons choosing to stay outside are braving a colder spell here at the early onsets of autumn. Most of the tavern's patrons decide to head inside and drink their fill, eat what they may, and in some cases, get rooms if they can. It is later on into the evening, when the doors open, and the curious 2 enter in. If I could get Charlotte and Elwyn to describe their characters.
You first.
Okay. Charlotte is a small individual. I wrote down a height. I for once wrote down a height. 2'3". Small. She is, but her ears are particularly bigger than average halflings. She has a kind of purplish mark under her right eye. When looking at her, it is the left side. She has kind of grayish eyes and a very childlike face. If you were just taking a quick glance at her, yes, she would look like a child. But upon further inspection, you see like, oh no, just like kind of like a halfling, but slightly different. She's got short, red hair that kind of fades into pink. That is braided to kind of help keep it out of her eyes and her face. She looks to be wearing traveling clothes that prioritize comfort and stuff. And as she's walking in, she's probably holding a crochet hook in whatever project she's currently working on, and in a bag nearby has some yarn coming out of it, and is very energetically talking to her companion.
So, Elowyn is a kind of medium height character. She's about 5'4", short brown hair, blue eyes. She wears this almost like a off-white robe, and she holds this staff that almost looks like it's tree bark, but on the top of it is just this glowing orb, and these butterflies just constantly rotate around it. On the top of her hood is almost like a flower crown that goes across her head, and the ones that she had when she met Charlotte were actually different than the ones that she has on now. She kind of has gold filigree kind of wrapped around her arms and her legs. And she was kind of hesitant at first meeting Charlotte. She's still learning new things.
These two make their entrance to the tavern and take a look around. First thing you notice is inside of the tavern, standing behind the bar, and as you walk in, immediately greeting you, is a... Let me take a look really quick. A taller, older elf man who's kind of well-kept. He's got about medium length, kind of pointed ears. He's short, braided, blonde hair, but beautiful, striking golden eyes. Energetically talking to the people, and he looks up and sees you. He's like, welcome into the Singing Baron. Take a seat wherever you like, and Locke will be with you in a moment. Go on. And then he gets back to, wiping down the bar top as when he raised his hand to greet you, he knocked over a drink he was preparing. He just wipes. Sorry about that. Let me get you another one.
Charlotte would turn to Elowen and go, okay, so, like how I told you about the tactics that were used by the female main character in the Templar's Temptations, I will now use my charisma to see how well I do with this bartender. Grab us a table.
Yeah. As you take a look around the rest of the room, there are a handful of tables that are taken. There is one of these, this kind of corner table up back here, where there are a couple of patrons currently sitting at. They both seem human in one way or another, and so if I could get Rowan and Sabar to describe their characters.
By all means, please, go first.
Oh, fantastic. I love being put on the spot because it's fun. Anyway, where am I sitting?
Right back here.
Okay, thanks. That makes my life easier. Yeah, you see sitting at a table a more human-looking half-elf. Does not have very pointed ears unless you were really looking at it. Average 5'10" height, thin, kind of gangly build, blonde hair, wearing like gray robes with slight trimming to it. It's somewhat obvious. It's very obvious he's a spellcaster. Brown eyes, blonde hair, paler skin. The only thing that really makes him stand out different than other wizards you might have seen is his belt, where a normal wizard might have like a couple of pouches. His is pretty loaded with like 6 or 7 pouches and a couple of vials. And across his chest, going from like his right shoulder to left hip, is a thick leather strap that has 5 wands protruding out of it. It just kind of held horizontally across like a holster for quick drawing wands. And like I said, just normal looking wizard. He's usually got a bigger than average bag with him, and generally just looks very excited everywhere he is.
And the other figure, Sabar, is also a human with perhaps a little bit of a slight elven lineage somewhere in the bloodline. But again, very similarly, can't really tell unless you look for a very long while. But as opposed to Rowan's more pale complexion, Sabar actually has an incredibly deep, very, very tan colored body, kind of borderline just deep brown color. Very oop. It should be working. I don't know why I was doing that. But anyway, he has kind of this very wild but kind of slightly put together tangle of dark brown dreadlocks on the top of his head that go down all the way to about his shoulders, and this very thin goatee upon his face and beard, or a chin. And his outfit is very it has semblance of what looks to be a very, very well put together like forester's outfit of greens and browns, and just kind of, it looks like it blends into the natural environment, but it also looks like it could very easily fit into like middle class or even higher class society. Also adorned with like several rings and earrings and just kind of these tassels and all sorts of things. There's a bandolier kind of going from the right shoulder down to the left hip, and it houses two it looks like two throwing hatchets or hand axes. And then there is a hammer and shield kind of fastened to his back, along with the bag of very light but plentiful traveling goods, as though perhaps this person more frequently wants to be outside or in the wilderness, kind of travel lightly but still have all the essentials that you need. And he is currently probably nursing his third or fourth drink by this rate, and they've all been very different drinks, asking specifically any barmaid or whoever comes by to have a very different drink so that he can taste the different profiles here.
Yeah, the barmaid that is kind of walking around, because it's being handled mostly by the elf tavern keeper. He's kind of walking through drinks at different points, but he does have assistants. There is the cook who has been bringing out the food for whoever would ask for it, and then there is someone who's just simply referred to as Locke. It's a young tiefling chambermaid who's kind of walking around. We got like a medium kind of length coiled tail, long amber hair. It's very thick and weighty on her head. Smallest tiny little devil horns and green eyes with a light beige almost kind of color to her skin. But she's not the most active barmaid. Kind of keeps to the background. Not exactly, interested in talking to people. She goes when she's needed, but more often than not just kind of stays in the corner. She has, however, on multiple occasions dropped things on her way back from tables and had to pick them up and clean up. So she's a little bit clumsy, but every time she's come over, she's brought you a new drink. Some of it splashing onto you before you actually get the chance to taste it, but nevertheless, get your drink.
I just laugh a little bit every time it happens. I don't mind that there's somewhat of a mess somewhere on the front of my shirt, like ale stained or whatever the drink may be.
Especially because I'll probably take care of it when you need it.
I just laugh a little bit. I thank her. And after she walks away, I look to my companion. I'm just like, she's a little bit clumsy.
She is, which is why we're going to deal with the tip. So one more time. That's a bronze. 10 of those equal a silver.
Got it.
10 of those equal a gold.
Copper.
Or 10 copper equal a silver and 10 silver equal a gold. And the gold being the most valuable of them all, you want to make sure that you're not giving this away for anything other than like shit that's worth it. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to run any prices by me, and I'm more than happy to tell you if they're trying to rip you off. With your intimidating look, they shouldn't, because people like to keep their heads on their shoulders most of the time. But yeah, I mean and the purpose of money is so that way you can if you give your labor to somebody, you don't have to just take whatever the hell they have. You can take your money and transfer it to something later as value. It's portable value.
Do you think I look intimidating?
I mean, not entirely. I mean, you're not a bloodthirsty killer or anything, but
It's
I
like
mean, you do have.
It's like the lower lip quivering in the anime eyes.
No, it's not that. No, you're not intimidated. But just when somebody sees you on the first impression, you got the axes. You've got the rugged man look. Like, it's not that you're going to hurt somebody, but you're not somebody they want to necessarily mess with. Whereas if you see me in a dark alley, you're going to more likely laugh than you are to wet yourself.
Well, yeah, that one guy tried to rip you off, and I just told him how I felt, and he got really upset. But I didn't.
Exactly.
I didn't. Oh.
But that's just the intimidation factor. Whereas with me, people are more likely to try to rip me off and not realize that I am more than happy to turn them into a giant pile of ash. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is who you are, and you can just embrace it. And still, it doesn't mean you're not a kind and loving person. It doesn't mean that you aren't, like what happened with us, and willing to try to put yourself at risk to save somebody else.
Yeah.
You are right. Still poking, little like tipsily poking you in the chest. You're still who you are, no matter what other people think. I shouldn't have 4.
Are you trying to keep up?
I was trying to, and I'm now not.
Oh, my dear, you're so thin. No.
I know.
No, don't. Oh no.
You know why I should stop drinking? Because I see her spilling everything, and I'm like, this is a sales opportunity.
Miss Locke, please, I need some water over here. Very, very quickly, please.
Ma'am, you know, I sell clothing that keeps itself clean if you're interested.
There's a well across the street.
Yeah, but mine doesn't means you don't have to go outside in the winter.
Anyway, whilst this conversation is happening, Elwyn, you see that, you curiously watch as that happens, but then remind yourself you were looking for a spot to sit. You do see another couple of gents sitting at another table in this kind of small den area off to the side. If I could have Alver and Oris describe their characters.
Area you're not on?
Okay. The same den area as them. I didn't ping it, I just kind of said it. But yeah.
Up there.
Alver and Oris. I was gonna place your characters, don't worry.
Sorry,
it's exactly where I was going to put your characters, but you know.
We
can do it too.
We have the power.
I will say there are other patrons in the tavern. They are here in our imagination. Your tokens are the only ones that matter.
Valid.
The bar is busy.
Would you like to go first, Tamara?
Moderate.
Go first.
Okay. So Oris is relatively tallish, just over 6 foot or so at Earth Canasi, with pale gray, almost bordering on steel skin, and if you look closely, it looks like there are almost fissures, cracks, canyons. It's hard to kind of tell, but lines that run along much of the surface of his skin, though they kind of part around his face. He has short green hair that upon closer inspection have kind of an almost what looks like a metallic texture, and he's wearing a large brown cloak with what appears to be chainmail underneath it. He has a longsword at his waist and a kite shield on his back. But yeah.
And Alveri's about 5'10", so a little bit shorter than my traveling companion, but still there. Still pretty tall. Short hair, green eyes. You notice he has a beard. It's kept like nice and trimmed, short. Simple robes. You wouldn't, you really can't tell what he does. You can tell he's traveled though. he would be he's currently just kind of leaning against the wall. He has one foot on a chair, not really caring so much. You see he's currently wearing glasses, and he looks like he's reading a book, but he would certainly start looking up as soon as he sees two new people to him come in, and he just starts watching.
What's he wearing? Just simple
Just
robes?
like robes, standard like brown travel robes, nothing
Got it.
too fancy.
Can you put their spelling in chat, please? Thank you.
Quite an interesting lot we've got this evening, huh?
Yeah. Hey, I didn't think they allowed children in here, and he's not even
Fair.
caring about. He obviously doesn't care about it, and he just points over to Charlotte like, "Oh wait,
Sometimes looks are deceptive.
yeah, huh,
Hard to tell without asking.
yeah,
As long as they do.
yeah." Well, that's definitely an interesting group over there, but
Self-cleaning robes.
yeah,
Sounds-
that's interesting. Though, it's always fun to see these rookie people coming to their first Adel Fest, just getting drunk and not realizing their limits. I'm just literally pointing around at different people, and it's just like he's just having kind of a laugh at people right now and joking around at what's going on.
Kind of keeping the energy even there in the conversation.
You gotta remind me not to keep up with you so much. It's not healthy.
I didn't know you were trying to.
I didn't want to seem weak.
I'm not going to judge you for not drinking as much as I do. I'm just partaking in the fancy things. I don't do this that much.
Yeah, well, that's because you have to come out of the woods and into society to understand these things and enjoy it. See what happens when you don't spend all of your time running around a tree?
Right.
I feel like you don't. I'm feeling like you don't really care.
I do. I'm just more concerned about if you're going to make it to bed.
Oh, I'm fine. I'll be fine by the end of this. I'm just not going to drink anymore, and I'm just going to stick with this water. I'll be fine. Besides, it's barely dinner time. I got like a couple of hours to sober up. Which reminds me, I should go check on.
Peers out window, sees what time it is.
Anyway, Charlotte, you were heading up to the bar.
Yes.
You head up to the bar. I'm assuming you grab a stool and sit up on it.
Yeah, if I'd probably also secure the seat next to me, just in case. That way we both at least have places to sit.
Yeah, I mean, it's moderately busy here, but not like crazy busy at the moment. There's a handful of other I think maybe one other or two other parties indoors at the moment. The rest of the patrons seem to be outside. There's more than one or two tables taken up out there, but it's maybe about half full here. So very easy to go ahead and take a couple of stools up at the bar. As soon as you sit down, the bartender comes back on over and with a great smile on his face, like, welcome, welcome to the Singing Baron. Is this your first time?
First time in this tavern, or first time seeing a handsome man? Because it might be a first for both for me.
You are truly the sweet thing. But no, I meant here in the tavern.
This is my second time in a tavern.
In any tavern.
Yeah.
You must be very young then. Appreciate good parents who don't want to keep their children into less reputable places, though we're certainly not one of those. Not quite like one of the other bars in town. Yes, please do take a seat. I will be more than happy to get you something. Are we looking for ale, supper, perhaps a place to stay?
Strong whiskey.
Whiskey. I don't have any whiskey, unfortunately. Just got ale and wine here. Not quite as affluent as some other businesses.
Just the ale then, and probably food.
Absolutely. Supper fare and a mug of ale. He goes over to one of the barrels he has under the bar, fills it up. Would you be looking for a quart or a pint? You know, halflings usually keep to the quarts.
Pint.
Fair enough. Goes ahead and fills with the pint of ale and puts that up onto the bar for you. I will make sure our cook... two? Two foods? Two suppers?
Yes, you need
Sure.
to eat.
Okay.
Two suppers. Two suppers. And would you like a drink for yourself, madame? Might I suggest the wine, of course?
Let's have you sip mine first before we get you a whole one, and then go from there. I don't know if
Sounds
you've
like
had
a
alcohol before.
Blended
I
idea.
don't think I have.
Yeah, let's not just have you start chugging.
I've never drank before. Here's whiskey.
Goes ahead and pours another mug of ale, places it up onto the bar. That being said, I'm assuming you guys are, going to take a spot up at the bar here. So, he says as he wipes down the bar top where you are sitting at, what brings you to town? Are we heading north for the festivals?
Yeah, we're heading to Edelfest.
That's the name, yes. You had it right.
Edelweiss.
I had to make sure I was, one, remembering the correct name because I've been to so many festivals, and two, wanted to make sure I was pronouncing Adelberg correctly because I am still getting used to the non-halfling accent. We pronounce things way differently, and fuck.
In my backstory location.
In Littleton.
Oh, you're from Littleton. That perfectly explains, of course. You're very much a halfling in stature, but it's interesting. You've got the pointed ears. Reminds me of my own kin.
Yes, I am not just halfling. I'm also half elf.
It's very curious. I will call it oh, the words I'd like to use are not nice. Curiosity that brings an elf and a halfling together. I'm sure there's a wonderful story there.
I mean, I don't see.
Oh, he's racist.
I don't see how it would be a crazy story. I'm a half elf too.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I don't either. Explain it to both of us.
My look at the time. It's time to get out of this hole.
It,
Bye.
it may also just be my rather strange perception. I've been around for a lot longer than most people have, and so maybe I'm just seeing things a little bit differently. But it's two people of such differing statures and upbringing, and cultures. There's certainly some sort of combining line, similarities between them that have brought them together, and I think that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is interesting. And I would have told you all about it if this didn't sound shady. So Elwyn, I don't think I've told you much about my parents.
I don't think you did. I remember you said you left your brother a couple days ago.
Yes, so I have two older brothers. Quinn was the one that we just, like, I basically just left after seeing in, Pelsaray. Pelsaray.
Passarians.
Yeah. And he's, basically he's looking to join the guard, but I have also another brother, Ethan, who's still in Littleton. He got all of the height in the family. But then I also have a mom and dad. They're
All
still
4
over in
people.
Littleton, and she just start talking, telling, like, just so much about daily life of, like, yeah, they're chill. She's like a wizard. He's a druid. I told you he's a druid, but it's chill. I recently wrote them a letter being like, yo, look, I got a new friend.
Friend?
Yeah.
And then you just kind of see her face kind of almost like a depressed face, like she kind of like looks away when just to the word friend.
Or acquaintance, just traveling buddies. Whatever you are good with. It's yeah. She Charlotte's obviously like, oh shit, wait, I didn't expect a sad reaction to friend. Fuck.
I'm sorry.
No, you are good. Too fast. I'm known to be quite energetic and to jump into things sometimes. You are all good. No need to apologize. You're good.
Well, it's not just that. I have a friend back home that needs help. And just
We'll get him.
hearing you say that I'm your friend just makes me think of him.
We will make sure to help him. I don't know what's going on. I will do my best to help because that is what friends do. Your friends are my friends, so I want to help them too. Buddies.
Thanks. It's nice to hear you openly talk about your family like that.
Oh yeah, I love them. I talk to them all the time. We're buds. My dad, best jokes. My dad is who helped me learn how to wield a knife. My dad, super awesome. My mom taught me basics of magic. Mom, super supportive. Mom showed me the fucking books by Scrying Eye because she understands the type of books I like. Highly recommend. We're going to... Wait, do you know how to read? I'm assuming so, right?
Do you know?
I'm pretty sure I do.
I'm She's
It
asking.
it must be nice though, being able to talk to your family like that.
Do you know how to read?
She didn't know what a tavern was. That's a very logical next question. I am eternally thankful for my family. And hey, we're going to. I know you got stuff going on. You need to save people. I'm here to help. We got this. Grow strong together. High five.
You go to do a high five and she just kind of looks at it like, and she looks at her hand and just kind of puts her hand down.
We'll get there. It's a celebration type gesture. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll see it a lot at Adelfest. I promise.
Yeah,
Soup.
I still never have gone to this Edelfest.
Just charge up to the bar and then just shout loudly like, soup!
Yeah, it's as you say
And
that
bread.
that the cook, Gellis is her name, a about equally as old female elf, walks out from the back and puts a couple of bowls of stew down in front of these two and looks to you like, one for you as well.
Yes.
Turns around, goes back to the kitchen.
I like to imagine that Charlotte still had her hand up, and then I walked up and I was like, soup! And then I saw it and I was like, oh, neat. I was like, oh, nice. And I just did it. And maybe a little too hard because she's so small.
Yes.
Yeah, immediately high fives you and just like partially knocks you out of your seat.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay.
I did
You're,
not see you were so small. Apology.
That's okay. It's fine. It's you
you
really know
alright?
how to knock a girl off her feet.
Yeah, I've been told that before, I think. Maybe once or twice. What's up?
You? Haha, you're tall.
That's funny. I like that. How are you doing over there? Looks to Elowen.
Hi. And she just kind of like glances to the side, just all nervous.
Oh, she's shy. No worries. What kind of soup did you guys get?
I didn't know there were options, so just whatever one they handed us.
Valid.
Can I take a taste test and see what kind of soup it is?
Sure, you taste it, and you know it's soup.
Oh.
It's soup flavored.
It's
Like,
soup flavored soup.
There's distinct flavors of like chicken broth or like celery and carrots and onions, but as for what meat is here, it's poultry of some description.
I don't know what this is.
But is it good?
It's tasty.
Yeah.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
Hot and it's ready.
Well, then there's no problem.
It is hot and it is ready, but is it good? It is hot and it is ready.
Using the available evidence, the soup is Little Caesar's pizza.
It's either fast, it's either good, or it's cheap. Pick two. This is fast and cheap. I come kind of stumbling over a little, but not stumbling. Like, I'm able to walk normally, but there's a little bit of a pep in my step, and I'm like, why'd you just get soup? They have other stuff.
It's cold outside.
You know, that's fair.
Stew
Wow,
is what
look at
our primary offering is today, as well.
Fantastic, then. You got bread to go with that? I need some bread.
Always, of course, yeah. He
Oh, fantastic.
walks off
Hi.
into the kitchen real quick and grabs a.
Sabor, did you make friends? You didn't invite me to make friends?
Oh, it just kind of happened.
Oh, so
yeah.
hold up a hand for a high five.
This is realizing I didn't ask their names.
This is
This is, Hi, I'm Rowan. What's your name?
I'm
Looking
Charlotte.
at the little one. Charlotte.
Charlotte, Eleanor, Poppy, Bright Flower, Birdsong. Pleasure.
Charlotte, nice to meet you.
Nice.
Birdsong.
Smirk.
I thought I heard that somewhere. Anyway, hi, and looks at the other one. Hi, I'm Rowan.
Hi. I'm Elowen.
Hi, I love the flowers.
Thank you.
I will say, as you're looking at the flowers, you notice one of them seems to be knitted or crocheted.
That one's different. How'd you get
Yeah.
that?
Charlotte made it for me.
Oh. You make these?
Yeah,
I could sell these.
you probably could. That's how we can afford food right now. Is I sell stuff occasionally. I don't do
Rowan.
most of it, but
Rowan makes things.
I make awesome things.
oh,
Oh, that's cool.
You know what's so funny? You know how you have like that shy friend who hides behind the other friend? Element's just trying her best to hide behind Charlotte, even though she's so freaking
She's like half your size. Yeah.
yeah. Even though she's so tiny, Element's still trying to like
I kind of
hide
lean in like
behind her.
Yeah. I kind of lean like I make magic things, and I kind of
Oh.
do like the jazz hand things with your fingers, but make like little sparks from prestidigitation.
do the exact same thing.
No.
Be like, I make things that are magic too.
My God, I start like reaching, like crossing my arms across my body, like trying to reach into a pouch at my back and do like that awkward spin thing. And I pull out.
I hold him still and then get it for him.
Yeah. You see me pull out. Okay, what do I have here? Nope. I pull out a little, like a smoking pipe. But I say, watch this. I take like a little bit out of a pouch and stuff it in, and I just look at it and I go, on. And you just see it like light by itself. Off. And it goes out.
Huh?
Pretty neat, huh? On. And start smoking. Like,
That's yeah. I love that. I love that. That is so cool.
he holds out his hand like, Rowan the Spellmonger. My name's Rowan the Spellmonger. I make magic that's useful and affordable for everybody. Oh yeah.
Good. Lovely to meet you. She'll crochet quickly she'll make just like a little bird. She'll make like a little crow out of crochet, a little stuffed crow. And be like, Charlotte, this is the magic stuff I can make.
Oh, that's badass. How do you do it so fast? Practice?
Practice and magic.
Very, very cool.
I hope it inspires you someday.
Oh, I think I can make something like that for kids.
Oh.
Maybe a mage hand. Command word to make it fly in a circle so it doesn't get stuck in it. And you just start seeing him like go into like suddenly his eyes kind of glass over a little bit. He just starts going into like some very technical magic talk.
He's in wizard mode. You've lost him.
Anyway, bread. I need to sober up.
Yep, he hands Imalthal hands over the half a loaf of bread that he had brought over. He's like, there you go. There you are.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, this bread is so good.
I'm very loudly slurping my soup without a spoon. Just pick up the
Like a-
bowl.
I guess without invitation, we kind of just sit down at the two seats next to them.
Yeah.
Charlotte's going to lean over to Elowen and just try to whisper it, like, and this is why I'm having you start very slow, because quickly you can become drunk like he is.
I am not yet drunk. I am tipsy.
I'm not yet drunk. I am very much sober.
I'll just kind of lean back into her. Is it okay for us to talk to strangers?
Most of the not even most of the time. It's a case by case basis. It depends on vibe checks. They seem fine. These feel like strangers that they seem chill.
They seem very loud.
I have good vibes.
That's the alcohol.
That is probably the alcohol making them slightly louder. But
I have been on a cart for like 2 weeks trying to get up here in time for the festival. And when I'm not driving the cart and he's driving the cart, I spend a lot of time making things. So I needed a night to unwind.
that is fair. You guys are also heading up to Edelfest?
Absolutely.
I'm just along to see what happens, to be honest. I've just kind of been wandering.
I kind of hop from like festival to festival selling my wares because it makes a lot of sense for what I do. And yeah, my last one was the Midsummer Fest over in not Nomerdale. What's the one to the west of that, Josh?
The west of Nomerdale?
Yeah,
Angshire?
No, southwest.
Angshire?
I think.
Talking about the halfling place?
Yes.
Yeah, Angshire.
I spent the Midsummer's Fest in Angshire, enjoying the wonderful musical renditions of those people, and then I just kind of crossed through Nomerdale, where I was able to sell a good amount of merchandise and also get completely shown up. And now I'm on my way to Edelfest for the fall. And
Yeah,
then
you would
hopefully
know
I
when he
can
talks of like the Midsummer's Fest. He's talking about Shirefold Festival.
Okay.
It's
So would
Midsummer
I-
where I'm from.
Would I know like where he may have like been while he was at the festival, or?
Unless he tells you.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like it was like a one specific town thing or something.
Oh no, it's literally everywhere.
It's a
Okay.
nationwide thing.
Oh, where in Angshire were you? I am from Littleton.
Oh, I went to the town from the first in-person campaign. If you pull up a map, I'll know which one it is, but I can't
Insert
remember.
town here.
Insert.
Hang on, let me
I have
look.
it somewhere in my physical notes, but not on my computer.
It's, yeah,
D&D.
I have it somewhere.
Pinned messages.
I think I have the map.
Heselton. It was Heselton.
It was Hasselton? Okay.
Yes. Or Dutch. Or where, that, yeah, Heselton's right in the middle. That's where I think we started with that.
No, we went to the port down at the southeast. It was Worcester.
Worcester. That's where I went.
Well, that was one of the places you guys were.
Well, no, that's where we went for a mission, but I think we started in Heselton. That's where we did the whole take over the credit for the
Yes, and
Yeah.
5 out of 6 people.
it was 4 nat 20s
Yeah,
and 21
four out of
25
5 people rolled a nat 20s on the same check. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
for the
And
performance
when
of
we
the
spread the... Yes.
Yep, so I spent it
The
in
Land of
Heselton.
Ghosts.
They have fantastic illusory musical performances. Let me tell you, it's like a tradition there. It was so fun.
No party is like a party. No. No.
There's no,
No party quite like a halfling party
party.
because a halfling party is short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is this what did I just sign up for bullying the whole campaign? Bullying from
Pretty much.
Josh?
No, but it was an absolute blast, and I loved being there.
No, I know exactly what it is. Ain't no party like a halfling party because halfling party gets high.
Accurate.
Let me tell
Day
you,
after smoking the halfling weed.
I lean over. I look over and it's like Sabar and pull back a little bit. Let me tell you, you've never been to a party until you partied with halflings in Midsummer. It is. Those people can drink and do other things, and my God, the musical talent.
I've seen my share of festivities, drinking, and music. I assure you.
Have you seen halfling drinking and music festivities?
I can show a portion of one of those talents tonight.
Can you?
What's up, Ellen?
What do they do in music festivities?
Sing and dance, play songs,
Have fun,
be merry,
have a good time, party,
dance.
have good, just share memories and make memories with each other.
Sometimes all at once.
Yes. Quite often all at once, actually.
I've never experienced anything like that.
Why not?
where I lived, we didn't have that.
Midsummer Festival? I thought that was a worldwide thing in one form or another.
I've never been to any festival.
You are in for such a treat. You're gonna have a great
That's
time.
why Charlotte wants to show me Edelfest.
If there's one to start with, Edelfest is like 2 or 3. But that is a good one to start with.
What would be number 1?
Oh, that's the Midsummer Fest. That's a Midsummer Festival, either with the halflings, or the one I used to go to all the time when I was younger, the dwarves. The hill dwarves have one hell of a midsummer tournament. Yeah, those dwarvish music may be a little rough for some people, but once you get to the beat of it, it's actually a lot of fun. But what's really cool is the tournaments. They, unlike the halflings, they do a ton of sparring and jousting and fighting. Plus, like, have you ever seen speed blacksmithing?
No.
No.
It's insane. I have seen dwarves make like a sword in probably 6 minutes. It's nuts, and it's not one I would ever take into combat, but it's technically was
It's
a
a sword.
functional sword. It had a pointy end, a handle end, and sharp sides. I wouldn't trust it to be used too much because of structural integrity, but let me tell you, it was a good one. No, it is so much fun. That, I mean, I used to go with a former classmate of mine whose parents were like, they basically, they were miners, and they sold a lot of their wares and made contracts at the festival. So I used to just tag along every year while we were in school together. So much fun.
Are you guys going to the festival with a purpose or just to go?
For fun, half because we are looking to get stronger and looking for adventure.
And because I've never gone.
Eyes light up. Grins. Get stronger, you say? Now that sounds like a grand time. We should definitely all do that together.
I think I can move a couple of sacks around in the cart to make room for more people. I mean, as long as somebody doesn't mind sitting on some clothing. Well, no, there should be enough room.
I can also walk. Been doing it my whole life.
Yeah, but can you keep up with the cart and the horse?
I mean, if
Generally
you start-
speaking, yes. Horses are not going at a full like canter all the time. They are generally just walking.
Yes, but they do walk on an average a pace faster than humans.
Not when they're pulling
An
a
average,
wagon.
like bilegal. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Whatever.
I will say in D&D functionality, there is no difference in daily travel pace if you are on a horse versus not on a horse.
Which is really weird, but I mean, you don't have to walk. There's enough room. I just have to pile some stuff up and rearrange a couple of bags. It'll be fine.
I have no problem walking. I've been doing it for a while now.
You don't have to. Why walk when you have a horse and cart?
I
Can't remember
prefer
the-
to walk.
Brandon, do you remember the name of the horse? I can't remember.
No, you gave her a name.
I did give her a name, but I'm saying like I can't remember the name I gave her because I didn't write it down.
Just give her a new one.
My brain just completely gave out on like all creativity for a second.
I can tell you it was 2 syllables. I just don't remember what it was.
It started with a TH, didn't it?
I know it was like some average like normie ass fucking human name.
Yeah, it was. That's why I did it, because it was a like human name, not a like animal name. You know, it's not like I named the horse like Jumpy or something.
Teresa.
Yeah. Either way, insert horse name to be decided later. Is perfectly capable of pulling multiple people. Like, she's fantastic. Super strong draft horse. Big draft horse too. But no, it'll be perfectly fine.
I'll never turn down free transportation. And then she's going to look directly at Elwyn and go, we will sometimes. It depends on vibe check. I do want to clarify.
What? You don't want to get in the random stranger's cart?
Yeah.
There's candy in there.
Magic items.
There's magic candy in here.
There's a puppy.
Yeah, right?
Ooh, the puppy sold me. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but seriously, like, if you're all going up there, I mean, you're welcome to come with. We're just traveling together. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm going that way anyway.
Edelfest. Edelfest. Edelfest.
Fest. Yes. Party cart.
I'm gonna chant for like a good minute. Gradually just getting louder.
Okay, we get it. Edelfest, yes, we're all going to Edelfest. I get. Okay.
I might be
I'm gonna grab him in one huge arm and then Charlotte in another arm and just squeeze them.
Fragile wizard.
Party.
It's gonna be
Let's
fun.
go.
Oh, Charlotte, you okay?
Yeah, I am, I'm used to being in the arms of a big, strong man, but none quite as good as that. Wink.
Smirk.
So yeah,
Your dad was a jokester, wasn't he?
My dad was a chill guy, a little bit of a jokester. He
Gives
did
off
like
dad
the
joke vibes.
occasional pun.
Okay, because it gives off dad joke vibes.
Yeah, that was my father.
Cool.
I learned I got my charisma from the best of the best.
That's impressive. Yeah, I'm sitting here.
So yeah, at this point, Alvaro would probably be coming up to the bar, and he'd be looking for whoever was at the bar at the time. Can I get 2 more ales, please?
Yeah, Emil Falcon walks over and says, yes, of course, yes. You guys are doing all right down in the corner?
Oh yeah, we're fine. It's kind of lonely without anyone else to talk to. But hey, my companion. We're both quiet people sometimes too.
Fair enough, and sometimes things are quiet merely because you didn't bring friends with you. There's plenty here at the bar. They seem to be getting along just fine.
Yeah, no, I kind of heard the question. So, I just turned over. So, first time up here at Adamark?
Are you a local?
Well, not local to the town, but yeah, I'm local to the area. Born and
As
raised
they're
in
talking,
Adamark.
Elowin's kind of like got the whole scrunched shoulders, kind of like trying to shrink in this tiny spot while everyone's talking around her.
It's a lot of social for somebody without a battery.
Gonna go up, grab his hand in both of my hands, firm shake. I'm Sabar, and you are now officially our tour guide. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm rowing.
Albert.
Rowing what?
Looks over at the bartender. Did I fucking ask you?
High five.
I'm just trying to make a
High
joke.
fives her. Yeah, it's like, I hear it my whole life, man. You gotta be original with these things.
Rowan's not a common name from around here. I thought I was being clever. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine. In Layla, it's everywhere.
I imagine. Yeah. Now that you say
It's
that.
like Mark. Rowan Arendal. Nice to meet you, sir.
Mark.
We get a lot of Jeffs up here. It's spelled Geof.
I don't like it.
Ew.
There's also a lot of Benjamins, though that's named more after a person.
Albert, it's nice to meet you. I assume you heard my friend chanting our destination?
I mean, who didn't?
Was the whole tavern chanting at some point?
No, just you.
You just
Hey,
have a-
Charlotte joined in.
Yep.
Like,
You,
it's
the
like
plural.
first view, and then I backed off because I was like, "Oh, we're getting loud." Also, seeing Eloin kind of like them right behind her and seeing her kind of scrunched would try to be like, "You want to switch spots? I got some room on my side. That way you're not like squished."
I don't know, because there's so many people and he's being really loud. I don't know if I want to sit next to him. Pointing to Rowan. It's like just more.
Oh, am I
more
being
people-
too loud for you? As he puts his hand over his mouth. I'm so sorry.
whispering to her so
Okay,
you
never mind.
cannot hear. I'm just like, more and more people keep showing up. Why is that?
Two reasons.
Is everything all right out there? As the
Another one.
has kind of
No.
accosted him. I'm going to step over and make sure that nothing's wrong.
No, nothing's wrong. I just have some people coming up here for Infest for the first time.
I kind of like
That's
take
no
Charlotte's
problem.
hand and I'm just.
This is
squeezing
Samar,
it.
and everyone else, and that's Rowan. I point over to Rowan.
Hey.
And these two lovely ladies, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Charlotte Eleanor Poppy Brightflower Birch Song. Pleasure and feeling Elwyn squeezing my hand would like cool, let's
And this
create
is
space. And would just kind of like start standing on the seat and like as a small person knows sometimes you gotta use your elbows to like create space sometimes and like not be afraid to push a little bit and would be like, okay, I'm creating a personal space bubble, y'all get the fuck out of it.
okay. I'm sorry, and I'll start like scooting the stool over.
Step.
If I'm intruding, I can step away. It's alright.
Your representation.
I'm sorry. Are we bothering her?
This is the second tavern she's been in. Lots of people. I'm already
Oh.
loud.
Oh boy.
Oh, she's
you're-
new to the whole travel thing.
Yeah. Are you
Oh.
sure you want to do Adelfest? I mean, you do know what Adelfest is, right?
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun one. Okay. Oh god.
How do I explain this? Adelfest is a merry gathering of a significant number of people who come together to enjoy merriment with each other.
Usually involving heavy levels of inebriation.
It's this, but the whole town.
Essentially.
No, there's no
Necessarily
essentially
quite in
about
one
it.
tavern,
There
but
is no
spread throughout
essentially
the whole
about
town.
it.
This isn't even the most busy busy tavern in town. We mostly just an inn here. You want to go to a busy place? I would actually head around through the park area behind us here and head over to the Woods Bat. By around this time during the day, about this time of day, it is slammed in there.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for telling us about a better tavern.
They're just ale and drinks there. They don't have actual sleeping space, which is I'm assuming why you came.
I was thinking the same thing, Rachel. Like, what a nice bartender to advertise for a different business.
Just means he's that confident in his own.
Or he's not been in business long.
I would also tell you about, Viero's Minotaur, but honestly not the most reputable of places. It's up in Norrand, and I wouldn't go to that end of town.
Minotaur.
Good
I'm
to
just
know.
Not used to so many people.
I'm sorry. I hope we didn't upset you.
Just scared a little bit at first, but you guys seem nice, just loud.
Nice but loud. Yeah, that kind of summarizes me and Sabar relatively accurately.
And that's somewhat the opposite of myself and Oris.
Oris.
So
Pleasure.
I've always had to be loud, so I think it's just
Why?
normal.
Same.
I have to learn to be more confrontational. So, hi, I'm Elowen.
hello.
Soft applause.
Yeah.
It's nice
Charlotte
to meet
hyping
you.
her up on the back silently.
Don't worry, it gets easier with time. You just gotta get
Hello,
used to it.
Elwyn. Yeah. Hello, Elwyn. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to your second tavern. And hopefully your better tavern experience than the last one.
With any luck.
What, you know what always makes it for a better tavern experience? When you sing a song. And I'll just start singing Land of Boogers.
My brain just went into, for some reason, my brain just went, yeah, now it's the Irish drinking song from Whose Line?
Yes.
He starts singing, and I gasp, and I look at Rowan, and I'm like, "That's the song you were singing."
I told you, it's the one from that town!
He's leaving.
John?
I thought he was leaving for a second.
Oh no, I just put my bar key back down.
I heard the clang, and I thought you got up from your desk.
I did too.
We finally got him to leave, guys.
I just have come to accept that this is a part of the world at this point. Like, there's no
He's
denying
given
it.
up.
Of course it is.
The players have made their mark on the world.
In the song of a
In this song.
sea shanty called The Land of Boogers.
And here I thought the mark
Amazing.
they left on the world was the fact that there's a tiefling nation.
Or the fact that there is still a world.
Well, they're very different.
If there wasn't a world, then we wouldn't be playing D&D right now.
Exactly.
Hearing them getting slightly louder singing and stuff, Charlotte would quickly try to like crochet some like my brain went to earmuffs. Just something to help with like the loud noises.
Yeah.
And would like offer it up like if it'll help.
I magically conjured noise canceling headphones.
They do help a little bit. They muffle everything a little bit.
After the song, I'm gonna look at the two newest. So you're going to Edelfest too?
Yeah, I mean, it's for me a bit of homecoming, but yeah, I mean, my companion here, he's just along for the ride.
More just where the wind happens to be taking me at the moment.
Now that I feel. That is a positive vibe. Looks at Charlotte.
Yeah, vibe.
Got it.
Vibe check.
Leans into Sabar. What the hell does she mean by vibes?
I don't know, but
Okay.
it's a fun word.
Yeah, it kind of fits.
I really like it.
It fits whatever context she's using it in. Anyway,
It's at about this time that the doors to the inn open. And in rushes a human child, female, who rushes up and is kind of shouting, "Emil! Emil, please, you need to help me." And the bartender kind of comes over and is like, Nora, you can't come barging into a bar like this. Please, it's Antonin. Child, please, come on. I'll take you over to the side here, get you something to drink. I don't need a drink, Email. He's gone off. I need you to find someone who can help me get him back. Child, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, please, for a moment. What are you talking about? And he kind of takes this young one over to a table on the side here. Those of you who are more observant may overhear conversation between these two.
I would like to try to.
Yeah. I mean, you're certainly close enough if you want to go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh no.
Can we?
First roll is me?
Whomever. Anyone and
Oh
everyone.
my god.
You first.
Nice.
18.
Nope.
Oh man, Charlotte absolutely overhears all of this. She's here for this tea. You overhear that
No tea.
young Nora Ullman here has come to seek assistance from Imal, who is a friend of her family's. Tells a story of her brother, Antonin, who has left town to go to the ruins of their family's ancestral home, deeper into the swamps. It seems their mother had told them of some ancient artifact that had been left in their crypt, their family crypt, before they all had left. It was mostly done as a story, you know, the sort of thing to help get them to sleep at night, but Antonin had taken it very seriously and had at one point actually confirmed from the mother that it was real. Well, she had made him promise not to go off in search of it until he was older and stronger. Well, unfortunately, in the last storms, the storms over the summer, their mother had died. And so now he, being the head of the family, believes himself strong enough and capable enough to go and get the artifact himself, and has run off into the wild to go get it. She fears for his safety and is hoping that Email might know somebody, possibly from the local Adventurers Guild, who might be able to go off and bring him home. Email is consoling. He's like, I have some friends, but they don't frequent here all that often. And I have to find them. They could be at any number of the bars. I'll go to the Adventurers Guild tomorrow and see if we can find someone who can take up the job. But you know how it can be sometimes. There's not that many people in our section of the Adventurers Guild, and contracts generally sit on the board for a while.
Gonna look at Charlotte.
Charlotte's gonna make deep eye contact with Elowen and just go, like, basically mouth like, I'm so sorry, I might pull us into something. And then we'll just very loudly go like, as an adventurer, it's so nice that I am sitting here for a couple days, but wow, will I be bored just sitting around.
What are you doing?
You seemed to emphasize a couple of things there. What do you
Nora,
mean?
immediately perking up at this, runs away from the table and over to you, Charlotte, takes your hands in hers, is like, please, will you save the absolute idiot of a brother of mine? I'll tell you which way he went, I'll tell you the name of the town, I'll tell you exactly how to get there.
Yes, am more than happy to help. Tell me what's going on.
I also wish to help.
So when we were little, me and my brother, Antonin,
When she was a young warthog.
mother would tell us stories of our family home. Our ancestral family line goes back to the people of Illimark who lived within the swamplands before the dragon took over. We had fled during that conflict into this area, and that's how we came to be here, is we just kind of lived here. But a lot of our stuff, our family's belongings, artifacts, ancestral, heirlooms, were left in the town. Our mom would tell us stories of one in particular, and how she truly believes that it's still in the crypt of our forefathers, whatever. And she would use it as a way to help get us to sleep with, thoughts of adventure and this strong family line. But it was a story, just something to say to kids, I guess. But my brother took it very seriously, and her mom died in the summer, at a storm, and now he's gone off to go get this heirloom because he's strong enough to do it now, or I don't know. He's stupid sometimes, and I just want him to come home.
How old
How
is
old
he?
is he?
Amazing.
We've probably seen, I've seen about 14 years. He's probably seen about 15 or 16. I don't remember.
My eyes just kind of go a little wide, like he went into that alone. I kind of like grab.
Brave young man in over his head, indeed.
I kind of pull, like, as you're saying that, I'm pulling you closer to me. It's like, yeah, we gotta help them or that kid's dead. I kind of whisper into your ear very quietly.
Charlotte, holding Nora's hands, will be like, lucky for you, am very proficient in saving older brothers. I have 2 myself. So,
And you know how stupid they can be.
I very much know how stupid they can be. Yeah, we'll go find them.
Emil
So,
will
yeah,
kind
for a
of
little bit of-
smile at you all. Is like, that's very kind of you, honestly. Can't imagine there'd be too many people just wandering through the town who would do what you've done or offer to do what you're going to do. You know what? He takes out from under the bar. He pulls out a fine bottle of wine. He's like, "This will be yours if you come back with him. Place it right here. I can look forward to opening it up with you."
Look at Alver. We have time for a detour.
Oh, of course, especially for. And I take a look at the wine. I want to see where the wine's from.
The wine is Eldarin in nature.
Ooh, it's fancy shit.
Ooh, yeah, no. I'd say if anything, that wine's worth it.
I kind of go to Charlotte and whisper in her ear, but what about Edelfest?
Edelfest is in a few weeks.
We'll still make it in plenty of time. We've been making good time. We've got a couple weeks. Plus, there's always time for helping people. That's how we get stronger.
If you
Thelma. The horse's name is Thelma.
Thelma.
nice.
Thelma
Yeah, if
Mose.
we look at the map here, you guys are kind of at one of these towns just east of Hafenstadt, and Edelberg is up here. And if you look at the
Angry German.
if you look at our scale over here, you can kind of get the idea of how far that is. It's maybe about 50 miles or so. So just a couple of days travel, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for going to look for him.
Young lady, please tell us what trials and dangers await us in such a swamp.
Well, I mean, if you had any level of distance away from any of the major cities, you start running into the issues you expect to run into as you leave towns. More goblins, more gnolls, more monsters, that sort of thing. There are many rumors that the many who had died during the war against the dragons are returning as undead throughout the swamp, so you could also be dealing with that. The swamp itself is also dangerous. There's some areas that are completely impassable. There are other areas that are capable of passing, but dangerous because the animals that might live in those waters, it can be treacherous. But the town, if I would imagine Nick, your character, would have a map of the area.
Yeah.
And would therefore have this map. She pulls it out. The town, it's this one. She points right on the crook of the river there. It was marked a long time ago on a lot of these maps as places that monsters and whatnot could, be formed. And its close proximity to the High Elf homeland, a lot of people assume that weird forest creatures are taking it over. Like the Fae. It's weird.
Would I have heard anything about this? I guess is the question.
It's general rumor and superstition of the High Elf lands that because they are of a little bit more of a magical nature, that Fae creatures live there and that they are all tricksters and whatnot for like the wilder sections, but it's just average rumor and gossip.
All right. Well, when did your brother leave? And is he on foot or did he?
We don't have horses, so unless he found some money to get a horse, he'll be on foot. I don't know when he left. It would have been sometime today. I went to school, and he wasn't there when I got back. I just assumed that he maybe was off trying to apprentice himself. He is about that age, but then he didn't come home for supper, and I was worried.
Okay, and do you know about what time you left for school?
It was in the morning, a few hours past dawn.
Okay, so
he's got like 8 hours on us?
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, about 8, maybe 9 hours.
Alright, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna look at Sabar and I'm gonna go outside and get Selma ready and get up and head out the door.
It is rather late at night. If you all could sleep, and I'm sure he wouldn't be traveling at night. You could get a fresh start at it tomorrow. Besides, you are much more, I would say, knowledgeable travelers than the young man. He might have a harder time going through the swamp than you would.
That's true, but at the same time, too, that's more reason he gets himself in trouble.
This is fair.
I imagine if we end up not finding any signs, when we can just stop off the side and then sleep out there.
I guess.
How late is it?
It is already past sunset.
This time of day, we'd already be looking to stop regardless, I think. I'm sure some of us would be comfortable traveling this late, but we're as likely to run into trouble ourselves. We don't go too far.
That's true, too. Though if all of us are going, I mean,
I want to get on the road as quickly as anyone. I think if we leave at first dawn, that'll be fine.
Well, if you stay here, I'll make sure that my wife wakes you all up before dawn. You can leave at first light.
That's fair to me. Got any kvetchki for the morning?
Of course. Though people around here have been referred to it as Tarbean tea, but yes.
I come back inside. Yeah, Thelma's not going anywhere tonight. She's already asleep, and I do not want to wake her up.
Then it's
I guess this kind of makes the decision for us.
My horse. My draft horse.
Fair. Then I suppose to rest it is, so that we can rise all the earlier.
Yep.
All right, the alarm spell's on the cart, so I'm ready for bed.
Yeah.
Did we ask for rooms yet?
You haven't asked for rooms, but it's just kind of assumed. It is not a terribly plush inn. It's not the nicest of places. So an inn stay for the night would be, I'm just going to do it per person, 2 silver pieces a person.
Cool.
Even if we're sharing a room?
Yes.
That's fine.
Prices are based on double lodging, yes.
Yes. So
Yeah,
it'd be
how many
4
times have
silver
you had
a
to say
room,
that? Yes.
essentially.
Brian, how many times have you had to say that?
Almost never.
That's
because
good.
it's only applicable for a cruise line.
That's fair. All right, 2 silver is fantastic.
Yep.
I
for those
look at only
who
having
were...
gold.
They can make change. You should get some back.
And those who were partaking, I think it was up until this point, Elowen and Charlotte had had 1 mug of ale each and a bowl of stew. That would bring your total to about 7 silver.
We were
And-
sharing the ale.
Oh, you were sharing the 1 ale. So then it would be 6 silver, 5 copper. And then for the 4 ales each that you all had, that the pair in the corner had, that would be 4 silver. And then also food for both of you would be another 6 silver, so a gold.
A gold.
Yeah.
I got tonight's meal. I overdid it.
And then
Tomorrow can be you. Or next time can be you.
And then for Alver and Oris, I would imagine at least a mug of ale each and food for the night as well. So be the same 7 silver plus 5 copper per mug of ale you assume you had or didn't. But yeah, you guys pay for your meals and drinks, and for your keep. You find your way to the rooms that are afforded. You are informed that if you are so inclined... no, Nick. And then you are informed, if you are so inclined, that directly next door to the Singing Baron is the local bathhouse, if you would prefer to take a bath before or wash up before getting on the road.
Sure.
Yes.
Clean the dust of the road.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I will absolutely participate in that.
Dean Beth.
Charlotte probably would as well.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what...
It is
that
open
last
at this time of
episode?
night as well, so if you are inclined on doing this before you go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll do pre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Pre.
feel like
but,
Elowen's the only one that doesn't go.
I'll say for the sake of brevity, you do get some sleep. You have your baths. And you are woken up. I would say for those of you who are lighter sleepers, you are actually woken up. I would think Charlotte might be woken up by this. In the middle of the night to some level of argument going on between a voice you recognize as Imelfel, and some female voice. You don't catch much of it. The snippets you catch seem to be some sort of quarrel relating to somebody cheating, some lingerie, some other stuff.
Oh no.
Charlotte would be like so nosy for that tea. She already has like a hard time falling asleep, so now also entertainment happening. Oh,
Ear glued to
she'd
the
be-
wall.
Yes.
Go ahead, make a perception check.
Uh,
25. Yeah, you get woken up by the initial shout and immediately hear some words of like, what is this? What whore left this here or whatever? And you eventually get a lot more detail. Imafel is being accosted by his wife, Emiliel, another elf you assume, and she is accusing him of having another late night affair with Salmadrian, the cook of a rival bar.
He dipped his spoon in another pot.
And of course he's trying to dissuade her, though she is calling him out on, you always do this, you're always like this, I catch you and you deny it, but I know it's true. All this jazz.
The one that takes him to like a table out in public and comes with like blown up screenshots of his phone.
Oh God, yeah.
Charlotte's just so excited. This is just like out of the book she reads.
Yeah, I would
Just
say
like-
you do hear the name of the bar as well. It is the Classic Dungeon.
Classic dungeon.
Um,
Amazing.
is the other bar, and it is just a bar, not an inn. They don't have any sleeping space for the night.
That wasn't the bar he was recommending to us earlier, right?
No.
No,
Okay.
different bar.
Meanwhile, across the hall, Sabar is snoring like a steam engine.
Yeah, like some gnomish contraption.
And luckily, I've got like, out of my like alchemist supplies, I've got like a little bit of wax in my ears, and I'm just kind of like starfished out.
Oh yeah, you've gotten used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally
Like, you
used to
know,
it.
okay, yeah, I'm just gonna. This is some shit I gotta do.
Just put in the wax and go to bed.
Yep. But yeah, you guys all head to sleep. And get a moderately good rest that night. Certainly enough for a long rest.
Hooray!
We will return to this after a break. Be right back.
Hooray!
And my God.
Oh my God. Gonna go save a boy. Or cry.
Yeah, imagine we all die.
Good second campaign.
No,
Time
no,
to
no.
prepare.
It's session 1. The only person that's allowed to die is Nick.
It's true.
So, babe,
What?
we made an oopsie.
Why?
We forgot to do the laundry.
You told me, no, I don't need to do laundry. When I remembered to ask
Yesterday.
do you need laundry today?
Oh, it's already in the washer.
I'm back.
Sometimes I'm frustrated, buddy.
I didn't need laundry for today. I needed laundry for tomorrow. So we could
No,
have done the laundry today, but not yesterday.
No, we could have done laundry yesterday to prepare for tomorrow. That
It's
was
in there.
That was past Josh not looking out
Yeah,
for
back.
future Rachel.
So I heard Nick and Tannerin.
Yeah.
And I've got Rachel.
Okay, that works.
Don't get close to him. Gotcha.
Ah!
Ah!
Some loud ass thunder here, man. Holy shit.
Hear that, yeah.
So if I randomly disconnect, you'll know why.
Well, hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not, but if it happens.
Damn it, I'm back.
Sorry to disappoint you.
Right?
No, because I was saying damn it because I was like, I'm back. And then I'm like, oh, wait, shit, I muted myself. Whoops.
Ah. So you were almost cool.
Thanks.
Love you.
Well-
Wolfie. Charlotte for most of the game. I mean,
Not entirely wrong.
yeah, like
Where is
what
it? Where is it?
what Tally had posted into the D&D stuff is actually a picture that Rachel had taken for her character, as if you were standing behind a bar and seeing her character walk up to you.
No. Here it is. Wait.
That's
wait,
adorable,
wait,
Rachel.
Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Do. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The best one.
there it is.
That's the one.
Excuse me, I need whiskey. What? Gist is here as well?
Yes.
Just look at that child and be
God.
like, and your identification, please.
Or it's like if you're standing next to her, this is what it would look like.
Yep. Yeah.
She's hip height. That's adorable. I love that you have a size scale.
Anyway, let us return to our business. So,
We go.
you all wake the next morning, are awoken by the individual that Charlotte, you immediately recognize as as the lady who was yelling at Imofel.
Sorry, what's happening? Where do I see her?
The individual who wakes you up is the wife of Imofel, and it's absolutely the voice of the individual who was yelling at him last night. She prepares.
She's getting up because she's not a morning person. She'll just be like, "Oh my gosh, you deserve so much better." Yeah.
Her cheeks go a bit red. She's like, "I am so sorry to have disturbed you with that last night. My deepest apologies."
You're good. You're good. Dump his ass. He's dumb.
After
Beautiful
200
woman
years,
like
I don't
you.
think we really can.
It's never too late. Never too late. If the Viscount who loves me has taught me anything, it's never too late.
You mean the book?
Yeah.
The Viscount who loves me.
You have very interesting tastes. How old are you?
I'm 29.
I am terribly sorry. You looked 12. I am so sorry.
I'll take that as a compliment on my skin complexion, but
Your skincare is
Never good-
immaculate, honestly.
I know. Good genes.
Elvish, I'm assuming.
Half, yeah.
It certainly helps. Bess, you all wake up in the morning, ready to head off into the world. Head off an adventure looking for the individual who's run away from home. His sister, Nora, did give you a somewhat detailed description of the crypt in which she assumes he would be going in. So if you do not catch him on the road, what passes for a road nowadays between here and there, then you at the very least know where to look once you get there. But you all head off just at first light. The sun is just now coming up over the God's Spine Mountains that still are visible even from this distance away. You head east, along the road, in search of Antonin. So, the wagon cannot fit all 6 party members on it. We could fit 2 on the seat up front and 2 in the wagon in the back. 2 people must walk.
I'll walk.
I will also walk.
Okay. I'll be in the front seat.
Sitting next to
I'll be in the back.
I'm driving the damn thing.
Yep. Sitting next to Rowan, and Charlotte and Sabar will be in the wagon in the back.
The second we're on the road, they start moving. And Sabar, like, one by one starts doing, like, untangling the ties that keep his braids together. It's just a really long, like, mess of brown hair when he's done. And he does, like, this majestic hair flip and then starts brushing it.
Like a Fabio hair flip. Just,
Yeah. Just and then over the course of the ride, like, he will just retie. And I think Charlotte will be the only one that notices this because she's in the cart. It wasn't noticeable in the bar light, but with the actual sunlight in the space that kind of occasionally peeks through the canopy, you can tell that the tips of Sabar's braids, like the very, very end, like maybe the last inch or 2 inches of each individual braid, have like this very, very deep kind of bluish color.
Charlotte would just kind of be sitting in the back, crocheting, and just like half watching, and half just like making sure I don't fuck up counting my stitches.
We're
I'll
also
say-
gossiping.
Yeah, I will say
Ooh,
at some
yes.
point as you are traveling down the road as well, the road itself would get smaller and more unkempt, not affording enough space for the two walking to be directly side by side the wagon. If you were to choose who would be in front and who would be in back, who would you choose?
I'd be in front.
They can't even like dangle their feet off of the back if they sit.
It's not a big wagon.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying for the two who are walking alongside, like who would like if they couldn't be walking left and right alongside the wagon, who would be walking in front of the wagon, who would be walking behind the wagon.
I'd be in front.
Yeah, easy enough.
Fine by me.
Guess
First.
down the road, you are gossiping now. Apparently,
Yeah, while they're gossiping,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm gonna talk to Thelma. That's kind of why I wanted to walk in the front.
yeah. Cast speak with animals.
That fits. That checks out.
Thumb was just kind of plodding along.
Doing okay?
Thelma kind of looks over at you and, in a hoarse way, kind of does a double take and just kind of nods. Yep.
You know, I want to make sure. Do they treat you right?
Yeah. Don't have much to complain about. I would say for some time, there will be a stable or an inn that doesn't have particularly good feed, but travel about. Things happen.
Must be heavy pulling that cart.
He doesn't have much stuff.
Well, that's good. I'm not used to seeing horses pull carts. I'm used to seeing them be free.
I've always pulled carts. Since I was big enough.
You never got to roam around on your own?
Oh, roam around, certainly. Lived on the ranch. Was comfortable.
But now you just do this all day, huh?
Better than staying on the ranch. Here, I get to see a little bit more of the world. All these weird
Guess that's
smells,
true.
sounds.
If I wake up one morning and my horse is gone, I swear to God, Tally.
Charlotte would help.
Yeah,
It's like
Free
the
the
horse
animal.
wants to escape, yeah.
free the animal.
We are
Be
not
free.
playing.
Helen just has to say the word. Charlotte has decided she's ride or die for it.
As long as you're doing good, then that's good. And I'm here if you need a ear to talk to, since I can understand you at least.
It's nice. You're the first two-legged one that I've been able to do that with.
Well, then I'm honored.
Yeah, I think you're pretty special.
I don't feel special.
Special to me.
Thanks. I think you're pretty special too.
I just pull a cart.
Yeah, but I've never seen that. You're the first horse that I've seen pull a cart.
You've obviously not been around.
No, I haven't.
It's fine.
and just keep walking. And
Yeah.
just kind of do like mutual conversation.
Oh yeah, they're just keeping the small talk. You get a sense that Thelma's not really one much for talking, even though and she takes to it fairly well, considering it's the first time she's ever been able to talk at all. But takes to it fairly comfortably, plods along. Kind of gather that not much bothers Thelma.
Is it kind of like I'm to the others? It just looks like I'm speaking horse, essentially.
No, you're talking in common. It's just
okay.
the horse can understand you. The horse is,
Oh,
however,
okay.
just making normal horse sounds back at you. And I will say, Rowan, you're watching this, and Thelma's being a lot more noisy than she normally is. And every time she makes a noise of some description, Elwyn is responding. Like she's carrying on this conversation.
Is Thelma okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's just strutting along.
She's just being more vocal than normal. I want to make sure that nothing's bothering her.
No, she's just surprised that I can talk to her.
You can what?
That isn't. It's a thing that I've heard.
Oh, she's a
elves
druid.
can do.
Oh,
yeah,
She's
the
a
magic
druid, so I'm assuming she can
Mhm.
do it too.
Yeah, makes
Can't
sense.
you guys talk to the horse?
No,
Oh,
I don't have that kind of magic.
Alvira, you said you could too, right?
No. I've just seen it and heard it before. I mean, I've lived with the elves for a few years. You kind of see a few things.
Oh,
Do I hear this from the back?
I mean, we're not whispering, so I'm assuming.
Yeah,
you could-
if you're paying attention, also, you did say you were gossiping with Sabar.
That's fair. Just hearing them trying to like, if I never mind. No, never mind. I'm good. It'll come up later, I'm sure.
There
Sure.
was a lot happening there. You all right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I found out he cheated on her with the cook from Classic Dungeon.
Which you passed on your way out of town, by the way.
Oh, she would have been nosy, trying to be like, "Do I see her? Do I see the other woman?"
Like, I will say, so you guys were at this bar down there. Classic Dungeon is this guy right here. So on the way out of town, you guys would have, headed that way. Would have put you right past this guy.
I hear you, girl. We're not going there.
No, we don't support that.
House breaking hose.
No, messing around is only okay when there's consent with every party.
Consent is key.
Today we
Swing girl,
learned that
please tell
Sabar is
me more
perfectly
about
fine
it.
with polyamory.
So, girl, tell me. I need to know everything about the travel so far. I'm very invested. Because you're so incredibly small and full of energy and charisma, and your companion, she's so tall and very quiet. It's such a neat dynamic.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we met in the name of it again.
Hold on, let me bring you up the map here.
Sir.
Pelsari.
Pelsare.
And she'll just kind of describe it as, oh yeah, we met in Pelsari. I was there because one of my older brothers, who is also small like me, is was there, and he was the last one I said goodbye to from my family before I started off on my adventure. But before that, I came from Littleton, and in Littleton, I have an older brother who's around like your size, tall, big, muscular, because he works on a farm. He's taking over my family's farm, and she'll just start going basically into like, I'm just chatting now about my family, and explaining like she's energetic because she's like youngest child, small child energy. She got called a 12-year-old this morning, and she is like, it's not uncommon.
I'm nodding and listening. Occasionally chime in with little quips here and there. But it's more or less just letting her go off.
Oh, she'll just keep talking. She'll just keep going. If she finishes talking about her family, she'll then move on to talking about, like, the town, or, like, talking about, like, oh, yeah, and then, like, growing up, so my dad is also a druid, so, like, he'd have me, like, train with animals, but, like, he started me off with small animals, like raccoons and stuff, but, like, I got really good at hand-to-hand combat with raccoons. You'd be surprised how fucking feisty they are. Those are wily creatures.
I'm not.
Okay.
It would be a raccoon.
Probably at this point she would have finished at least like 1 or 2 scarves she was knitting. Not knitting, crocheting. And every time she finishes one, she just starts the yarn over again and just keeps going. Stores whatever she finishes in like her backpack. Keeps going.
Yeah. You guys actually, generally speaking, travel fairly comfortably. This being said, who's keeping watch? Because it's not the two in the wagon, and it's not Elwyn. She's talking to the horse.
I'm looking out back. I don't know about the front.
But which of the two wizards is
I mean-
watching the front?
Couldn't I occasionally be
Alvir.
looking as I'm talking?
I guess it's gonna have to be me.
Elvira and Oris, go ahead and make perception checks.
Gonna go great, guys.
It did.
Oh my god!
I made
18 and a 19. That's actually incredible.
The worst two perception people.
Well, as you guys are heading down the road, you guys see Oris, or rather Alvir, you kind of like are looking out and about, and there's, for a soft moment, just half a second, there's a strange foul scent on the air. But it passes almost as quickly as it arrives, but you notice Thelma immediately reacts and like snorts a little bit and stomps her hoof before continuing on.
As soon as she does that, I literally tap. I tap Rowan's shoulder. I'm like, hey, hold up a minute.
I'll rein the horse back and you'll see me draw one of my wands.
Hey,
Ah!
Elwyn, ask Thelma what's going on.
Okay. You okay?
It smells like dog people.
She said it smells like dog people.
Take out my
Oh.
sword. Gnolls are in the area.
Yeah, I'll be like,
So we're
Oh,
I'm
God.
looking around out back.
What are
Sabar?
dog people.
Motherfuckers.
Sidar? No, Knowles.
I'm already outside.
Knowles
Yeah.
the area.
Immediately, you watch Sabar just immediately peels out the back of the wagon for this purpose. Zoop.
Oh.
Here we are. Sabar, you immediately peel out the back of the wagon here. To there. This is kind of where we're at right now. What are we doing? Where are we going? What's going on?
I cast mage armor on myself.
Yeah, I'm jumping off the.
Take a couple steps.
I'm jumping off the wagon at this point as well. You can get next to one right there.
I'm just like standing on the back. I love like.
I will say this is a covered wagon. I'm not showing it just so it makes more sense to like where you were sitting.
Valid.
The cover for the wagon is here we go. Let's do this. How does this work? It's a 2x4. Oh, that's Lorg. Hold on.
Lorg.
First, I need to make it a token. That's about the size of the canopy, I guess.
Mhm.
So it kind of goes over the top of there. So yeah, be covered like that. But it's open to the back.
Not liking that you can't see out the sides, and knowing we stopped, she'd be like, "Oh, I'll get down as well."
Yeah, immediately it just kind of bloop out the back. Yeah, out there, as you're kind of noticing, you kind of get down. Best you could guess, wherever it wasn't behind you.
Just shout very loudly as I move up to the front.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, I basically shout really loudly, like, how many more pelts am I gonna add to my collection?
It's funny you should say that, because it's at that moment that you are pelted by arrows.
Am I?
We'll find out. Let me pull up my thingamabooper here. Yeah, arrows come out. Because you guys are on edge, these arrows are not at advantage. They are just normal attacks. But all 6 of these guys are going to let out some arrows here. First, going to be these 2 guys over here on the left are going to fire both of their shots at you, Sebar. First is a 23.
Yeah.
22. A 19. And a 10. So 3 of them hit.
Yes.
Cool. Wow. Fucking hell. So I rolled really well on those 3 hits. I rolled a natural 1 3 times in a row for the damage.
Hell yeah.
So each of those 3 attacks do 3 damage.
9 damage total.
But your speed is reduced by 10 until the end of your next turn. It just says that on the longbow attack, so I'm assuming it can stack. So your speed is reduced by 30 now. This one is going to fire 2 shots up at Rowan. 16 and 11.
I'll use my shield so that 16 misses.
Doesn't hit. Fair enough. This one in the back here is going to fire a shot over at Ulrich. 2 shots. 12 and a natural 20.
Yeah, the natural 20 hits.
Cool. Your speed is also reduced by 10 now, and you take 11 points of damage right off the bat. This one in the front here is going to fire 2 off at... he'll do 1 and 1. 1 on Elwarin, 1 on Alver. This was for Elwarin, 16. Elwarin. Or Elowen, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was like, who the fuck is that Warren? I was like...
Sorry, Elowen.
Yeah, that hits.
10 points of damage to you, and your speed is reduced by 10 at the end of your turn. Alver. That's a natural 1. This was going to fire 2 shots over at Charlotte. You have half cover, so add +2 to your AC for this. 7 and a 21.
That 21 will hit.
Alright, you take 8 points of damage, and again, speed is reduced by 10 at the end of your next turn. It's at this point that we go into the turn order.
Excellent.
Also, I thought I recognized this music.
Yeah, it's a standard first combat
What's your
music
dex,
that I like
Charlotte?
to use.
0.
Oh, I have 4.
Everyone has rolled. Everybody?
I think so.
Okay. I was gonna say that was a question, not a statement. Alright, we get this started. Top of the turn order. This gnoll over here is gonna drop his bow, pick up the spear that he has on the ground, which will take half of his movement to do the 2. And he's gonna go 5, 10, 15 to get to there. But he does not have reach, so he's gonna take the dash action to get 5 more feet there and get to you, Mr. Sabar. There.
All right, well, let's get things going. Gonna start by activating Blade Song.
All right.
And then we're gonna get right up in there. Let's take a swing.
All right, let's do it. 20 will absolutely hit as you immediately rush up. And Oris, you're kind of used to this now. You've seen him fight once or twice. Rowan, you see this man who is dressed very much like a wizard just pull out a sword and fucking butt rush this guy.
Very big eyebrow raise. Like, why?
10 hits, or 10 points of damage to the guy. Is that your turn?
That is all I can do, yeah.
All right. Sabar, you have minus 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, but he came to me for some reason. So,
They're not smart.
smack.
17 does, in fact, hit for 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
And that's it. Because I can't move. So,
Yep. It is this Knoll's turn, who just got stabbed by the guy in front of him. He's going to drop his longbow and pick up his spear and immediately try and hit you in with the spear. It's going to be a two-handed weapon attack, but 7 does not hit. Second attack, 14, also I think does not hit.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, as you just dodge out of the first one and then parry the second attack over. Rowan, you're seeing him like, yes, he's a magic user, but he is incredibly deft with that sword. That is that
Slow
one's
head nod
turn.
of approval.
It is now this one's turn, who is going to drop his weapon on the ground, pick up the spear, and he is going to go ahead and first go 5, 10, 15 to get to there, and is actually going to throw his spear at Ulrich.
Okay,
18.
that'll miss.
Yep, the spear clangs off to the ground, and it doesn't seem to deter the gnoll. He's just doing his thing. Elowen.
Okay, bonus action, I'm going to take out my pebbles, my magic stone, with my sling, and I'm gonna aim at the far knoll over here.
All right.
Ooh, no, that's a
Natural 1 does not hit. The stone flies randomly off in a direction.
Okay. Let's see.
Still have movement.
And an action, because that was a bonus action.
Magic stone's a
it's your
bonus
bonus.
action?
It's your bonus action
Yeah.
to cast. You still
Oh,
have to
is
make
it?
an attack roll with an action.
So you cast Magic Stone to enhance the petals, and then you use your action to attack.
Oh. Damn, I thought it was a bonus action altogether.
No, yeah. If someone attacks with the pebble, that attacker adds your spellcasting ability modifier.
Well, that ruined my plan.
But you
well,
have to
I'm
make
just gonna
a
move down
ranged spell
here
attack.
with Charlotte.
Yep, fair enough. Speaking of which, Charlotte.
Charlotte is going to had all this time. First, Charlotte is going to cast inspiration on, give inspiration to Sabar.
Nice.
She'll make it look like, a little crochet, like one of his weapons. It's like very tiny, just floating around him now, because that's how my shit manifests.
Little crochet warhammer floating around you. Kind of like an Ioun stone, but it's a crochet warhammer.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then she is going to. I have a little bit of movement. My gold money is acting bad today. She's gonna move right there, and cast. I didn't measure anything. Okay. She's just going to cast Shatter right. How do I do this without hitting him? This is where she'll do it. She'll do it to hit these two.
From where are we doing it from?
Here.
Here, and it hits these two in the back here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Gonna check really quick.
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Shatter. I think you're right, but yeah. All right, so Constitution saving throws for these two guys. Top one, 17. Bottom one, 7. So the top one takes half damage, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
7 points of thunder damage to him. 14 to the one at the bottom. Fucking yeet. You notice, like, you cast this, and there's this big kind of like thunderclap that happens in the space. The ground visibly like ruptures, like a small, like a boulder just got dropped on the space almost, with the little spider webs of fissures going out from the center point. The one in front of you, Alver, you notice as multiple of his ribs just instantly crack and break inward. The thing takes just a sharp intake of breath before just falling over dead on the ground.
Oh, that's makes my life easier.
Is that your turn, Charlotte?
Yes.
All right. It is this Knoll's turn, who is going to drop his longbow, pick up his spear, make a ranged weapon attack with the spear against the seated mage, Rowan. 12.
Misses.
Yep, bounces off of your mage armor and impacts into the wagon off to your left. And the creature will then go 5, 10, 15 to get there, so he's running directly for you. This Knoll, however, is in no way fussed. He's going to go ahead and take out his longbow, and he's not smart enough to know who cast the fucking chatter. He doesn't know. So instead, he's going to go ahead and attack the closest thing he can, this guy right here. Alver, congratulations, 2 longbow attacks to you. That's a natural 1 and a 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will reacts with a shield.
Yeah, react the shield. It blocks off that arrow. The Knoll takes a half step back. This Knoll will also fire arrows at the one uninjured member of the party, Rowan. Longbow attack, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Take 8 points of damage, and you are reduced by 10 feet for your movement. And another 21 to hit. Take another 7 points of damage.
Ow. 15. Ow.
Yep. Rowan, it's your turn.
Okay. This one, the close one, I'm gonna shoot a magic missile at it.
The one over here on the left?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast a magic missile at. Yeah. At it. So 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. That is 6, 8, 9. Boom, boom.
3. And yeah, that's the end of my turn.
I will say you do know that there's like a small ledge behind you into the wagon, so if you wanted to, you could dive back into the wagon to get that cover. Yep. Probably something that you, as the owner of the wagon for quite some time, have probably gotten comfortable with doing.
Yep. Half
Easy
cover.
enough.
Fantastic.
Auris.
How much of an obstruction is this rock?
Moderate. You could get over it, but it will take some extra movement to do so.
Slightly changes what I want to do. Are the two up here actually still visible to me? Is this like elevated, or are these like rocks actually obstructing my view of them?
The rocks aren't obstructing your view of them. They're not like super high. They're just kind of large flat boulders. They're enough to where it's like you have to kind of like get up onto. Well, these ones specifically are kind of like in the ground a little bit. You can see how the moss is kind of covering them a little bit there. So where you're standing, you're kind of on elevation with it. So you can see these guys pretty easily from where you're at. This one, unfortunately, you can kind of see it has a ledge there on the bottom that kind of makes it hard to move up.
That's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna move up here, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get all of their attention and not in the kind way. I am going to cast on all three of these boyos Bane.
Oh. All right, concentration for Bane. They need to go ahead and make what save?
Charisma saving throws.
Charisma.
Boy, they're great at these. That's 7. That's an 18. And a
Jesus.
5. Yeah, there's one in the back here is fine, I guess, but these two are baned.
Yep.
Bane. Bane.
And as I'm doing this, I'm just gonna kind of try to shout to attempt to ensure that I have all of their attention, and I'll use my bonus action to use from my racial features. One of my uses of Blade Ward that I can utilize as a bonus action per long rest.
Is Blade Ward concentration?
It is not.
Cool. So you are Blade Warded?
Yep.
All right.
That's what I got.
There we go. Back to the top of the turn order. This Gnoll Hunter, who still has his spear, is going to continue attacking Sabar. 13.
No.
Second attack. 7. Also nah. He's going to stay there. He's going to keep attacking you. He's got a one-track mind right now. Alver.
Moving up 5 feet and let's attack this.
First attack with advantage, yep. As if you have more than one attack right now.
You might have a second sword, I don't know.
15. Hits. For 9 points of piercing damage. Nice.
Nice.
And I do not have bonus action, so.
Fair enough. Sabar.
I see this man's. He hit me, or tried to. I will try to hit him back. I am inspired.
Yeah, your 9's not going to cut it.
15.
The
then.
15 will, however, cut it.
Also, on an attack roll with you using the inspiration because of motive potential, the target and each additional creature within 5 feet, if you want, there is none, must roll a Constitution saving throw, or take thunder damage equal to also that 6.
Well, he rolled a 4, so he's taking an additional 6 points of thunder damage.
Yup.
Yeah, you watch as, like, first you go to hit, but that extra inspiration with this cool little warhammer floating around, you're like, oh man, I can fucking do this. You slam it into him, and then immediately that extra warhammer floating around also slams in. As you're going, you're like, oh, that's kind of cute. And then there's just that same loud reverberation of thunder shock, like just thunder sound happening around you. You're like, oh shit, and there's like this massive bruise and broken like skin where that crochet warhammer was on the thing's face.
It's still alive?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
just barely though. He is severely injured.
But I'm gonna grin at him. And then I'm going to charge. I'm gonna charge north 10 feet and look like I'm about to leave and attack this guy as I'm grinning at him. And then suddenly, I'm going to burst in a small magical explosion of butterflies and then reappear over there as I cast Misty Step.
Neat.
And I'm gonna get in this motherfucker's face.
Like it.
And I knew that he attacked. I know that he attacked Rowan twice, and I don't like that. So I am here in his face now.
Yeah. Neato, buddy. All right, that's your turn?
Yep.
All right, it is this Knoll's turn. This Knoll doesn't really know what to do with his life right now. He's not in a great spot. So his spear is gone. He's just got biting, so he's gonna do what he thinks is best. Just bite both of you once. So 19 for Oris.
Yeah, that just hits.
You take 4 points of piercing damage from this bite. 12 against Alver.
Nope.
All right.
Or reduced to 2 for Blade Ward.
Yeah, 4 reduced to 2 for Blade. And that is that Knoll's turn. Elwyn.
I would like. Let's see, 55, perfect.
Would like
I'm
to
gonna
rage
throw-
now.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna throw an ice knife.
Ice knife, all right. To
The
where?
spell that does everything.
This guy up here.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a spell attack first.
Spell attack 25 will hit. And then he takes a dex save.
Nope. He takes the damage on the left, and then it shatters to hit somebody around
No,
it on
it's
the
5
right.
feet. No, he's right. Oh, I
He'd
clicked the
still
wrong
take
one.
the
Hold
cold
on.
damage.
If he fails.
If he
Hold on, I
fails.
pressed the wrong
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Where is it?
But he takes the piercing for getting hit, and then he has to save for the cold.
Yep. So he rolled a total 20, dirty 20 on the saving throw, so he does not take the cold damage, but he does take the piercing damage.
Okay.
Well, wait, no, he's baned. What's your
And
DC?
Wouldn't help with a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't help. Wouldn't help with the dirty 20.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Listed as 15, yeah.
Yep. All right. Is that your turn? Or we got more? You got more movement.
Do I still have speak with animals? Because it's 10 minutes. Or would it have gone away?
Yeah, it
by
would have
now?
gone away by now.
Okay.
Yeah, also,
just
for the
don't
sake
feel
of
right.
combat right now, the horse is not here.
I figured.
Yeah. All right.
Horse is chained to a cart. They figure it's easy meat if they get us.
Charlotte.
Charlotte is going to.
Rage.
Yeah.
Great.
The bard is gonna rage.
The little itty bitty halfling.
That'd be so funny.
I should have gone barbarian bard. She is going to cast vicious mockery onto onto that one.
Vicious
So-
mockery. So it needs to make a what?
I think it's wisdom.
save.
Oh yeah, thank you. 13.
Nope.
Psychic damage.
1 point of psychic damage.
Oh, I don't know why I just zoned there like that was my turn. No. She is also going to, and I'm too tired to come up with a vicious mockery right now.
You're good.
None of the ones I was coming up with were good in my brain.
You wish you smelled like wet dog.
then she is going to. 1 second, I just want to. No, actually, she's done. She's done.
She's done. All right. It is this Knoll's turn. This Knoll has a one-track mind. He's going to do that one-track mind. And first go 5, 10, 15 to grab his spear, 20 to go here, and he's going to try and jab at you from over the side of the cart. He gets a -4 to his attacks, and you have a bonus
-D4.
to being in cover, I think. Or is that just against ranged? It's just against ranged. Oh, no. That's also no, both of those miss. Just both of them miss. First one was a natural, like, was a dirty 6, and the second one was a dirty 12. That was before the Banes. So yeah, neither of those hit you there, Rowan. But that guy is just right there in front of you trying to stab you. This guy... he doesn't know what to do. He's going to help his friend. Pack tactics, let's go. He has his longbow in his hand, but he's going to bite. Natural 20 on the first hit against Sibar for a total 8 points of piercing damage. Second hit, 13.
No.
All right. It's his turn. This guy is going to go ahead and... he still has his longbow. He's going to do the same thing, just bite. 16? Well, it's advantage.
No.
Sorry, hold on.
No.
That's still a 16, so also no. 17.
That does hit.
All right. 5 more points of piercing damage, and that is that Null's turn. Rowan!
I'm gonna just move diagonally so I can get a little bit of a better. Or, yeah, I'm just gonna move diagonally so I can get a bit of better angle on this guy. And then facing to the left, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. See if I can clip this guy as well.
Sure. What's the range on Thunder Wave?
I will
I
put
think
it in
it's
chat.
15.
A 15-foot cube.
Cone.
Cube.
Or
Yes.
cube. 15.
I mean, in theory, because it would technically start in front of them.
Mhm.
I think you might have to go to this square, though, and go that way.
So if I go,
I mean, yeah, I can if I can, yeah.
be there, kind of a thing for the first
There's a-
one.
Yeah, or get down here, I guess, without destroying the the.
I'd allow
Something like
this.
that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I'll do that then.
Yeah, I'd allow that. Thunderwave is a what save? Con save?
Yep.
Con. Con.
Wow.
Those are both 3s.
So they're both pushed 10 feet in that diagonal direction,
And they both take
thunder
6 thunder damage. Well, this one's dead. And then you said how long?
10 feet.
10 feet in that kind of direction there. It puts him, we'll say, here.
And I'll go around the horse to 5, 10, 15, 20, the rest of my movement.
Yep, you're like, ah, yeah!
No, because I'm fucking hurting, man.
Aurus.
What's this one in front of me, actually? This one's only gotten hit by the one that out there.
He's showing damage.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna get him. Longsword, one hand, we slash.
First attack with advantage, 25 to hit, certainly hits.
How badly do I want him dead? You know, Samir looks like he might need some help. I want him dead.
I was gonna say,
First
I-
level smite badly.
Oh. 19 points of damage. It's fucking dead, mate.
I was gonna say, if you didn't come, I would finish him off.
It's fucking dead, mate.
Alright, and... I'm gonna... Actually, no, not. That's not what I was trying to do. Yeah, alright, cool. I am gonna run over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to support Samir. That's what I got, and then at the end of my turn, blade work would fall off.
Fair enough. Oh, there!
Over here, 25. How injured the...
Wolfie, your line is still on the field.
My what?
Your line is still over here.
Oh,
No, it's not.
weird.
No, it's not.
Is it
I
gone now?
think that
Yep.
might be your roll 20.
No, they got it. You're gonna go over there.
How injured is he look?
Very.
Okay, very,
He's more than just showing damage at this point. He is showing multiple signs of damage. How close he is to death, you don't know.
yeah, well, I'll do that ice knife thing.
Ice Knife! Roll your attack.
Roll 20. There we go.
23 hits. Roll the initial damage. Yeah, we don't even need to do the second part of it. He's dead.
And yeah, that's it.
Alright, that is that. Sabar!
I'm gonna notice that the other remaining gnolls are all down, and then I turn. Or I'm still looking at this one because I was facing him, and then I do the you know the scene from the Brave Little Toaster of the nightmare that Toaster has. I'm just gonna look at him and just lowly, I'm just go run, and then turn around and smack this one.
Go for it. Roll your attack with advantage. 22 hits.
Bonk.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. It is dead.
And then I will turn back and look at the one that is remaining. In fact, I'll even step one north in case someone wants to come over.
Alright. Elwyn!
Ice knife.
Ice Knife!
That'll hit me.
Yes, it will. So you can
can take
Ice
it.
Knife. Oh, she's doing it! 26 will hit. For 9 points of piercing damage, and I need a dex save from Sabar plus me. Dex save 12 does not succeed, so he takes an additional 5 points of cold damage, and so does Sabar.
Just blast, just. I hate the cold.
I'm just like,
It's gonna be really interesting when we get to that Kelia arc then. Is that your turn, Elwyn?
Yep.
Alright, Charlotte.
Charlotte is going to move up a little and how bad is he looking?
He's
not
injured.
right?
He is indeed injured.
She'll vicious mockery. Let's it's a wisdom save to take 1 damage.
It's a 16 to save, too.
Right.
Whoop.
God, we're having a Taliesin Jaffe Mollymock moment right here.
She's gonna look at Elwyn and just with sadness in her eyes at her insult of you look like a stray. Not affecting the Knoll at all. We'll just look at Elwyn and be like, please do better than me, and then give her inspiration.
Oh,
And it'll float around her, looking like one of her new little flowers is what it'll look like.
Yeah. It is this Knoll's turn. This Knoll is going to take the advice afforded to it. He's going to use his disengage action, and he's going to run 30 feet off in off the map technically. In this kind of a direction here. He's still well within range though. People who would want to go after him. But he is technically off the map, I will say. off in this kind of direction. Rowan.
I mean, yeah, it's just gonna step up here to get a clean line of sight and just shoot a firebolt at that guy. Or you know what? No. I'm gonna hit him with another fucking magic missile because I want to make sure this shit hits.
Fair enough. Roll me the damage. Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Is he starting to run away?
Oh, yeah. Full on turn, tail, between his legs, the whole thing.
You're gonna see just 3 darts come in. One's gonna, like, in a row, hit the lower back, the upper back, like the base of his neck, and then the back of his skull, and he's just gonna drop over like a lead, just a sack of rocks.
And, like, this Noel is going, like, with all fours, a whole just, like, unhinged child run, and just fucking, like, galloping forward, and then, yeah, he just falls, like, flat down onto his face in the dirt. Dead.
I like to imagine with the trajectory that Sabar expected this, and he doesn't even flinch. He just feels the magic just barely graze past the left side of his head, and then watch the Null fall. And then I'm just gonna close the gap and stand above its corpse, like shrugged slightly and said, "Should have ran faster."
Love that.
And then I'm gonna take his longbow.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Yeah. They're cheap, basic ass, just like normie fucking longbows. I will say the ones that have been dropped on the floor and have just been on the ground during this combat, just because of how quick the nature of the combat, they are either partially damaged and in need of repair or unusable. But the 2 that the Gnolls had until the end in their hands are still in good quality.
I'm gonna do something I always forget. I'm gonna try to loot the corpses.
Yeah, I want to do that, but I want to scavenge for arrows specifically.
Yeah.
To arm my new weapon.
You know, let me go ahead and.
Your brand new longbow.
My tertiary weapon.
It really is, isn't it? Let me get out of the battle music here. Go ahead and roll for me. I don't have to actually look all that hard to find arrows, so let's just have you roll. Roll for me 4d10.
4d10.
All right, that's actually pretty good rolls right there, and 28 arrows across 4 of the corpses that's still have their arrows and are all still intact, is what you were able to grab. So 28 arrows for the longbows. They're not the best of arrows. Certainly, you've seen better, but they work.
They'll shoot.
Look, guys, free weapon.
Enjoy. Just make sure it actually works. It isn't just a pile of crap.
I mean,
Shoots an arrow at Rowan. Yeah, it works just fine.
Yeah, kills your wizard perfectly fine.
I mean, it's still session 1 and you haven't died yet.
Yeah, this is new for.
I only got down to 6 health.
Yeah. You see how Vera basically he comes out of Bladesong and just checks his sword, makes sure everything's all right, and just sheaves it up.
You gotta teach me how to do that, man. They did not teach that at the
Institute.
At the Esalen Institute.
Yeah, and you'll never learn it from there either. As I said, I spent some time with the elves.
Ah, that's impressive. That beats me. I got my general studies at gym and then did my graduate work over at Esalen Institute.
Yeah, no, never spent a day in the Institute in my life. Well, at least not the Esalen Institute.
I don't want to know. Yeah, Esalen Institute, and although it's not nearly as fun as gym, let me tell you, gym was fun.
Versus just gonna walk around looking at each member of the party, and I'm gonna tap Saber and give you 3 points of lay on hands. And I'm going to tap myself and give me 3 points of lay on hands, and I'm going to tap Rowan and give him 8 points of lay on hands.
Thank you.
Tingly.
Gee.
What kind of magic is that?
Divine of a sort.
Yours? Which god do you serve?
No. I assume it's divine, at least it is as close to clerics as anything I've seen, but there's at least not a god that's spoken to me. For the most part, in my old home, we worshipped Yali for good harvest, and some people said it caused less folks to go missing in accidents in the woods. But I don't have a particular that I've
Not
touched my
committed to one
allegiance
divinity?
No, not at
Huh.
all.
An unbound paladin. And an elf-trained wizard. This is becoming a much more interesting trip.
Well, I have to assume somebody heard me, though they haven't certainly made themselves known.
Well, somebody's power is being channeled through you, but that's a theological question, and I did not study that.
I'm moving bodies for an easier search.
Yeah. Rowan, go ahead and make an investigation check to loot the bodies, because you said you wanted to do it.
I did.
Can I help?
You were gathering arrows.
Oh, true. Yes, correct. Valid.
Charlotte wanted to cast Healing Word on Eloin.
Thank
But
you.
after that, would I still have time to loot a little?
You could make an investigation check of your own. Rowan, just can't right
God,
now.
these things smell. Ugh.
13. All right. So, you at the very least could get in there. It's like, he's not wrong. They smell. But you're able to go ahead and get in there well enough to get something. And what you do find is you actually find gold pieces on them. I will say in total, they 13. Getting the full gold pieces would have required a higher DC than 13, but a partial success will net you about... Roll the D100 for me. We're gonna find out. Low. Okay, you get 4 gold points. 4 gold.
Gold.
4 gold pieces.
Ah.
The wild dogs use coins too?
I don't know if they use them or that they just took them from someone.
Charlotte would take 2 of them and give them to Eloin.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I want to make sure you have some money too.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
By the way, where's Thelma?
Oh, she's just
Right here at the
right there.
front?
She's still.
Oh,
She was there the whole time. Just for the sake of the combat, I just don't put her on the.
Oh, okay.
I don't put her on the actual board. Because if there's one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to intentionally target your animals.
Yeah.
Unless you are
I'll just
actively
walk up.
using them in combat, they are not a part of combat.
I'll just walk up and start, like, kind of petting her a little bit, making sure she's okay.
She seems fine, honestly. Not much bothers Thelma.
A well-seasoned traveler.
She steadfastly refused to move the whole time, but nothing seemed to bother her.
She takes the freeze mentality to danger. She just holds still and hopes nothing notices her.
Yeah, like a deer.
Yeah.
I'll
Well-
at least admit those dogs were a bit more competent than the other batch.
Yeah, those first set were not the best. but didn't have to use our party trick either. We all ready to go?
Back to the cart.
Yeah.
Hello? Anyone?
Easy enough. You guys get yourselves back situated where you were.
And I will
Clean
intentionally
yourselves up.
run 2 or 3 of them over as we as we leave.
Yeah. Dalma doesn't care. You guys continue on your journey into the swamps. But it is with that we will call that tonight's session.
Yay!
Session 1 complete.
Oh
Thank
my
you guys
God.
so much for being here, so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yay!